Welcome to the Internet Linux Users Group. This is meeting number 5. Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about some pretty interesting stuff. You can see the web page on your screen there for the meeting. Well, hold on a minute. Bear with me for a minute, folks that are watching the live feed. Bear with me for just a minute here. Okay. There we go. Sorry guys, just needed to make a few adjustments. Okay, stand by. We're going to go ahead and do a fade black. Okay. Welcome to the Internet Linux Users Group. This is meeting. Welcome to the Internet Linux Users Group. This is meeting number 5. Hello, everybody. This is Vincent Maggard on behalf of the Internet Linux Users Group, welcoming you to meeting number 5. You can see our website's on the screen there, and if you want more information about us, you can go to that web page. The web page address is https://vincentmaggard.com/the-internet-linux-users-group. The words after .com and the slash is camel case with a dash, so that means the first letter of each word is capital. Anyways, you can go there. You can submit a talk if you'd like, and we haven't been getting very many talks lately. In fact, by very many I mean 0. And because of that, what we're going to do is we're going to have yet another admin talk today. Tyler, unfortunately, could not be with us for today's meeting, so we're going to be on our own today, but we should be all right with that. So today I'm going to be presenting a talk, and so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So today I'm going to be talking about video production on Linux. And that's a topic that's very important to me. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with video production on Linux, guys. And so we're going to be talking about some of those things today. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're going to be talking about a couple different applications available to do live streaming and video recording, etc. on Linux. So for example, OBS Studio, Kdenlive, Blender, these are all different tools that are available to allow you to do different things in the video side of the world. So without further ado, let's get into this example. And so let's see here. So let's talk about Kdenlive. So this is Kdenlive's website right here. Not a bad looking website, but honestly, really, it doesn't do it justice. So let's come over to Kdenlive. So this is Kdenlive running right here on my system. And we can populate this with an example project, for example. So we could do, this is a video that I recorded and I haven't published it yet. So we could come and look at this. And yeah, so we can come look at this. I'm going to mute the audio on this. But Kdenlive's pretty good. There's some things I don't like about Kdenlive, particularly if you notice jumping around on frames, even on a nice machine. This machine has an NVIDIA 1050 Ti with the proprietary drivers. Even with that, you can see it still struggles. to do playback. Now again, it renders really well, so what a lot of people will do is they'll render everything in proxy, or they'll edit everything in proxy mode, which means you edit really low resolution versions of your content, and then you render the high quality version after you're done. That works fine, but it's kind of annoying that you have to do that in 2018 with good hardware. There's a lot of stuff on Linux that doesn't make you do stuff like that. So, for example, we can do some pretty cool stuff with Kdenlive, though. Um, we can we can we can do some pretty cool stuff with Kdenlive. So, for example, we can come in here and we can add title clips. So I can be like test message, see, and I can put it on the center of the screen. And there's our title right there. Looks pretty cool, right? So there you go. You can do things like enable the title safe area to be displayed. So for example, I can go and I can show you the current monitor overlay, and it tells I can overlay the time code, the amount of frames being played, the safe areas, all kinds of different stuff. It's pretty cool. So it's not a bad system at all. So that's Kdenlive. That is Kdenlive right there. Now, Blender, really great application. Blender is another great application under Linux that you can use for this kind of thing. And if we take a look at Blender, right here is Blender. Blender can do some pretty cool stuff. You can do video editing on it. So for example, if I go into the video editing screen, you can see it's actually possible to edit videos in this. And it does actually do some pretty good video editing. Mainly, I like to use it for animation, so we can go to the animation view. It's like if we wanted to do animated graphics. So like, for example, with this, you could go in here, and you could go to animation, insert keyframe, and I could say location, and then I could go to, say, frame 140. I'm not an expert at this, by the way, folks, just trying to explain the basics here to you. Now we can come over to animation again, insert keyframe, insert location keyframe. And now let's drag back our timeline to the beginning. Look at that. Did you see that? Voila, we have an animation. I can play it. And look, see? Nice, smooth animation. So you can do nice 3D animations on Linux. It's pretty cool. So we can rewind that, and there it goes again. And you can actually render this and make this into a video file. You can make all kinds of cool stuff with this. We've got DaVinci Resolve. Now, DaVinci Resolve is actually really cool because DaVinci Resolve, that right there is pretty much one of the best tools, if you ask me, available for video production on Linux right now. So this is the website for it. It runs on Windows, Mac, and Linux, which I should point out, so does Blender and Kdenlive. And they have a couple different versions of DaVinci Resolve. We can scroll down here to the bottom, right here. So, well, okay, huh. Anyways, so like I said, they've got this. This is the free version. The free version has pretty much everything you need, honestly. There's very few things you're not gonna want. So you can go in here. They're gonna ask you for like 1,000,000 pieces of information right here. But hey, it's not that bad. You get a nice video editor for basically $0. If you wanted to do some of the more crazy stuff, the $299 version is a little more expensive. Apparently, the last time I checked this, they weren't in beta. Like they was on DaVinci 14, and they don't even put a download for 14 anymore here. So my guess is that's probably in the support center. And I would say probably it's better to use 14 right now, because the fact is 15 is not, it's a beta, right? And betas, yeah, you don't want to use a beta for actual work. I mean, if you're just testing stuff, yeah, here we go. See, DaVinci Resolve 14.3 Studio. See this right here. So, but Studio is the paid version. Um, so you want the regular. So this right here is the regular version. So you can come in here. You could fill out your information. Obviously, I'm not going to do that on air here, but you could go ahead and fill out your information, and you'd be able to set it up. And I have to say, out of all the video editors, it plays back flawlessly, runs well on Linux. Um, Another one we can talk about is OBS. So this is OBS right here, and OBS gonna look a little weird because I'm screen capturing it, but OBS is pretty cool. You can come in here and you can control your video settings. You have pretty much full control, right? It's really great. You can control your theming. So they've got a few different themes, right? So you can make the interface look decent. It's actually pretty cool. I like the dark theme. Seems like most users like the dark theme. You know, there's all these different views. You've got the multi-view. You've got the actual display view. Of course, that doesn't work very well for me because I'm trying to capture what I'm trying to show. But pretty cool stuff, right? I can switch everything out. I can come over here and I can go into studio mode, which is really great. It allows me to have a lot of control over my switching capabilities, right? It's pretty cool stuff. And so that's pretty cool. There's just all kinds of different things you can do. So it's pretty cool. So like for example, I could do a fade to black, right? So I select fade to black and then I press fade, and just like an actual switcher, it fades. It's pretty cool. And then my preview and my program switches. So that is pretty cool. So like for example, I actually can have the same thing in preview and program. And if I fade or cut between them, look at this. It's basically the same thing because nothing changed. So that's pretty cool. You know, realistically, it's pretty good for most users. And yeah. So this is just some of the different things you can do production wise. Another one, let's talk about audio production. So if you're, because you know, a big part of video is audio, right? Well, here we go. Look at this. This is a nice audio editor, so I can come in here and go test, 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 1, 2, 3, and it's not getting my mic. So, but yeah, you can come in here. Let's generate some DTMF tones.